Okay, hello there everybody. My name is Fred or Snitz for those who don't know me, and finally Life is Feudal Forest Village has been released and isn't an early access title anymore. I've been playing this quite a bit now after the release when all the all the major bugs and stuff like that is gone, and I figured I'd do a little tutorial for you to get started because I have died trying to get started in this, and I want to show you how to avoid that. So, when you create a map, I'm not going for disasters right now because I don't want to get wiped out while showing you how to play the game. When you choose a map, you kind of want to go for something, maybe not this because we lack trees in one direction, but you want to go for something where you're not like pushed up against a bigger hill. Uh, because then that means you have a big cliff wall between your starter village and all your resources, and that's gonna screw you over. So the main objective now that we get started, it is quite hectic this game, like to get everything in place before obstacles come up, but the main objective for the first year in the game is to get a decent food production going. So we'll take a look here, pause the game. You can use space to pause and unpause, and also, as you can see down here, you can use the number keys to switch speed of time. But I pause the game and just have a look around real quick before I get started. I also check for ore. Looks decent. This is a really good place for ore actually, so I might just not build here. Stone quarry. Stone you can always get quite easily, so we don't have to worry about that. And then also a clay mine. Clay mine will be fine. It's not that hard getting everything up and running. So I'll show you what we have here. We have, obviously up here we have our resources. A good tip is that you can double click something to make sure your people don't use those resources until you allow them. And then here, this button right here, professions, we can see that we have 6 adults right now. Up here we can see we have 6 adults, 2 teenagers and 2 children. So we're 10 people in total, but 6 people can work. So right now we kind of want to clear this area out a bit. I'll only go for the trees. You can harvest all, and you can see I'll get quite a lot of different resources, but that's going to take time. So we'll just go for the trees for now. We'll unpause and set the speed decently high. Now something you can do is, if you want to speed things up and don't want to work on speed 10 all the time, we'll look around here. Here's a child. So I click her and I click her face. This means that we can unpause time and we can actually go help out clearing stuff as the children. Child labor is a good thing because things get done quicker. Because what you have to think about is that you obviously don't have to do this, but we have a certain amount of time before winter, and we want a few things up by then. So a good few things to do for food in the beginning is to build a fisherman's log. You click R to rotate or hold it to rotate like that. I think I'm gonna put it right here. So now our people are gonna have to bring all these resources and build 6 times. So we need a builder. So we'll promote one person to builder. When you have all your people in different professions, the people who are not in professions will do things like gathering these trees that I ordered them to do. So we'll see how long that takes, and then I always go for another shack before. Let's see. There we go, that's good, because then we can fit a road in between these shacks. So we'll put down another shack. as well. Okay, so we got our Fisherman's Lodge up and running. I'm gonna put one person on fishing. You can have 3 in each, as you can see here. And we can change the maximum amount of people who can work in this one, so that if we put people to fishermen in this view, we know that only X amount of them will work in this one, and they will work in the other ones as well. But you generally want to have those full of people in the beginning. So we'll get our little house up here. Obviously you have, to get more people you need more houses, but there's a few things to think about. So if we read at the bottom of the screen now, the shack is a small living space where people eat and get warm during cold seasons, and it has a low pregnancy chance and 3 people in capacity. And we want pregnancy chance, so we can go to one of our shacks and we can upgrade it to get average pregnancy chance and capacity 4. Obviously they get a little bit more happy as well, and it's a bit stronger. So now that that house is up, I'm gonna start upgrading this one. This means that people in this house have nowhere to live at the minute. So if you build bigger houses and start upgrading them during the cold season, and the people who live there doesn't have anywhere to go while upgrading, they will die. Which is a good thing to know, because I've had quite a lot of people die from that. So we want to avoid that. Next up, obviously I'm gonna be running a road in between these 2 houses to get up here. So what I usually do is I follow this along quite far, then up in here somewhere we want to place down a little forester lodge, so we have people gathering trees. And I do pause in between placing things, because I don't want to spend time doing nothing. Like right now, I wasted some time because these 4 people have nothing to do. So we might as well clear out these resources and set one more person on building. One thing I've found that's a bit annoying is hard to find that Forester's lodge after you place it like this. But as soon as it's built, we will find it easily. Oh, and something else you can do, I've just paused here for a second, is, oh, here's the child. If we unpause now, while controlling a character, you can click 1 to run faster and stuff like that. Come on. Why can't I shoot? Okay. Oh, might be because I used the sprint thing. See when our... There we go. Most of these things just die by shooting them once. It's a bit stupid, but it's a good thing, because now our people will collect these, like the furs and stuff from that. Let's see where... Oh, here we go. Lodger's camp, or Forester's lodge, is done, so I'll put 1 person on working at it. And I'll start working on a road up there. People do run faster on roads, so it's a good thing to build a road. And we want it to be straight, like that for now. And so what I want to do next is, we're at late spring, which isn't great. So for now, I want to put up a field. And when placing a field, as you'll see that under the little field icon, we have how many people will work in this field. So I want it to be like that. And play. Because we want we want to try and get some veggies before winter. We will survive the first winter from having all this bread and the fish, especially because we got a fisherman going now. But we'll try and get some veggies as well before we actually get there. We won't be able to do a full harvest because it's early summer already, but we will be able to get some, which is good. And I do recommend when you play this, don't play at full 10 speed, because you'll miss out on so many things and waste time. But when you get to winter, you can just fast forward through it. There we go, put 2 people on working that field. Oh, we need to set it to potato as well. So if you do wheat and oats, you can't actually eat those, you need to cook them into other things. Don't even know if you can eat oats at this point. I do know that you can feed them to animals. Flax is used for clothing, and then grass is for hay, for building buildings and stuff like that. So potatoes it is. The maximum amount this field can yield us in one harvest is 1176, as you can see here. We won't be able to get that. So before, when we're at late summer or something like that, or when we get to early fall, then I'll click this button here to gather immediately and just not bother about getting full harvest. So I want to continue this road. That's good. Like that. And up here we have one person working on logs. And here you can turn off replanting. So right now they're working within the circle and they're replanting and harvesting trees. There's really no point in removing replanting unless it's really close to your buildings and you don't want any trees there. But then you're gonna have to make a new Forces Lodge further away anyway. So yeah. And when it comes to growing things, they do want a specific humidity and a specific temperature. Different crops want different things. So if it's not raining, then our little farmers will go through a well and get water and water everything. But this is pretty good. So now I'm pretty sure we can survive the first winter. Let's see, we might want to work on upgrading another house until then. Obviously you can have, instead of building this field, if you're unsure you're gonna make it, it is a good idea to build a gatherer's hut that gathers things in the forest, and that will count as veggies as well. Your people do need a varied diet to, at least the game tells you they need a varied diet. So we want veggies somehow. You can get fruit as well by building an orchard, but I don't see the point in that right away. We can continue this road here, and obviously you can build your town however you like, but roads are a good thing. So when a villager is going somewhere, they will calculate if it's faster running straight there or along a road. They are quite a lot faster on the road, so it's a good idea. Okay, so we're almost done. We can see these yellow marks that we have a few more things to harvest here that we've ordered, but I'll just order them to harvest these as well. Because I don't want trees inside the village. You have to clear those out like this manually now and then, but there it is. Let's see. And I would recommend getting a road all the way up to your lumber camp. before winter. Oh, I could have built it right here. Like, it's a waste of time, really, in the beginning to have it this far away. Because they will cut down one tree, carry that lumber to our warehouse, and then go back up to harvest another one or replant one. But just for future, like growing potential, I like to have it a bit further away. Because now we can have buildings leading all the way up here. And I'll keep all my farming on this side and all my houses on this side. A few more basic things. Late summer, yeah, late summer we can upgrade another. This is really dangerous to build too many houses and stuff like that before winter, but I'm just going for it because we're at late summer. Let's harvest these. Because you will run out of food in the winter. You can have fishermen, so make sure you fill this up with people when you actually get to winter, because your field won't be working and a gatherer's hut wouldn't be working. You'll see in a minute. But now what we can do is we could build a school. We don't have all the materials for it yet, but we could build one for the sake of having educated people. Educated people work a lot faster than non-educated ones, so it is a decent idea, but we might want to terraform this. So we get a bit more land to work with. And as you can see here in the log, we have babies being born, children grow up to teenagers, they're ready to study. You do have to have an adult as a designated teacher when having a school, but it's well worth it. Come on. Terraform it. We can also expand into the ocean by dropping, like raising the ground and stuff like that. Don't really want that because I want a lot of fishermen, and we want a port to be able to send ships on expeditions to find new sort of crops and other things. Let's see, our road ends here. Might actually expand that. They're working away, slaving away. That's good. So at this point, I can easily tell you that our food and stuff like that will be just fine. What we do need now, however, is a lumberjack's lodge, so we can make some firewood. As you can see up here, you have firewood, and all villagers will burn that in their houses during winter to not die. So we want one of these. We can have a road on that side. But yeah, it's a good idea to get one straight away. Food reserves are low. No, it's not. Hi there, Emma. You're not here. Okay. Sorry, what? My imaginary girlfriend. I feel quite weak. Yes, so this is done. Then we can rebuild this road, because we kind of destroy it. And the firewood you get in the beginning, that will last you the first winter if you don't expand your people. Oh, and as we can see, I was right. We have 200 veggies still to harvest, and it's getting very cold. This indicator says unfavorable season, and when it gets cold enough this requires 0 to 27 degrees Celsius. Obviously you can set your game to Fahrenheit if you want, but if it goes under 0, then all these crops we haven't harvested will just die. So it's a good thing to have that sorted right away. I do kind of want to flatten this, maybe like that. I don't know, we'll do it later, because I want a road to be able to go straight from this all the way this way. Oh, there we go. This can no longer be used. And we got 900 veggies, so I reckon it was a good choice. Let's get one person on cutting firewood. I do place it down here and not up in the forest, because the foresters will cut wood and bring it down to the warehouse. Then your lumberjacks will get it from the warehouse and then go put it in the barn. So you want the lumberjacks lodge down by these two buildings. Obviously you could build more of them up here to make your wood gathering more efficient, but your people will spend time running to get it from the barn when they're these guys don't have anything to do. And look at that, it's snowing, it's late fall. You will find it quite annoying that you can't see the roads during winter, but if you build brick roads, then you will be able to see them a bit better. We have enough food and everything, so I'm comfortable building another shack. In my current Let's Play, I didn't actually build shacks, I built small houses right away. But that gives you a lot of people, and it's not like you can't be certain that you can actually support these people right away. But I'll do it now just to show you. And I do love this game. So I will release a Let's Play on it as well. But this is just a little tutorial for you to get started. I'll show you how to survive the first year and give you some tips at the end of the video with how to survive some upcoming struggles. So you have, now we can support ourselves with food, we can add another fisherman just to make sure. Different food give you different amount of calories, as you can see. So if you bake things like meat pie gives you 41, so that feeds your people much longer. Oh, look at this. They moved from the shacks to this. But yeah, so we can easily feed ourselves now. You will come into situations where you're low on food, but you can solve it by adding more fishermen, adding some hunters with one of these hunting cabins. It will hunt all the wildlife in the circle and bring it down here. And that'll give you pelts and meat. You do need pelts for clothes. But the next struggle after food I've found is actually tools. Because your people do have tools. You can see here the durability of their tools. And you're gonna run out. We have some tools in here. We have 22. Currently we have 8 adults. We probably have 10 adults within a few minutes. But when this runs out, everything's going to slow down. They're going to be much slower. So we want to build some tools. That means we're going to have a blacksmith shop. We need a furnace and a kiln. I think that's how you pronounce it. Kiln, something like that. And the resources you need to do it is you're going to need an ore mine and a clay mine, and they're going to use firewood as well to get to that. And there's 3 different crafting stages, obviously, because 3 buildings to get them. But as soon as you have that up and running easily, you have tools. Don't worry. After that, you're going to need medicine, because they're going to start getting sick and ill and whatever. And a way to avoid it avoid plague most of all, is to actually build a pyre. So anyone who dies within this pyre's limit will be burnt. This avoids the plague, which is a good thing. But instead of having people die from illness, it's much better if we just simply get a herbalist's hut. We'll gather herbs, these things, within the circle, and then you can bring those herbs to a healer's shop. This looks big right now because we don't have any big buildings, but so anyone who gets ill can go to this healer's shop and get healed. So those are your immediate struggles. Then as you're growing, make sure you always have like a lot of food, shit ton of food, I'd say, because it's important. You do want to build a dock or a port eventually, like this. In this, you can build ships and send them on expeditions to find more crops and technologies and whatever. And then also, a very good tip for you is that in these mines, like the ore mine, etc., when you place them, you can see the green text above it says ore amount. After that ends, then your mine is going to be useless. But you do want to place it where you have like this, like 6,000 ore in one spot. That's a very good one. But people inside of that will die in accidents. So they'll die from being stupid and having rocks fall on them or whatever, and it will say miner, whatever their name is, died in an accident. Which is something to keep in mind before building them. Other than that, as long as you listened to these things I had to say, well, I build another one of these, because I know I will need it eventually. I think you're gonna do fine. So, good luck, and if you have any issues or anything further on in the game, just comment down below and I'll see if I can help you out and guide you, or watch my Let's Play that I'm gonna start releasing now, and you'll see some higher content. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Fred. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you next time.